Good afternoon, dear students. Here is the Marconico rule for the alkene. Russian chemist in 1869 has observed this addition reaction on alkene, and in his remembrance, the rule reaction itself is considered as Marconico's rule. So let us first discuss the 5 points on which this rule is based, and then we will see the mechanism. So very first is, it is applicable to the alkene. And now we must know what is alkene. Alkene is a hydro compound which is unsaturated having double bond. Right? So the main reagent or the substrate for the reaction will be alkene. So here is the first point, that there must be the presence of alkene to understand the Marconico's rule. Now we know that alkene has two bonds. One is sigma and one is pi, which is loosely bonded or which is weak bond. So as soon as the cleavage takes place of the pi electron, then both carbon atom will again have their electrons free with them. And this is the reason why addition is possible in alkene, because now this electron is again back to the carbon and this electron is again back to this carbon. So we can add something to make a bond with these two electrons, and Marconico has added hydrogen halide. So the second point to remember is addition of hydrogen halide in the reaction. Hydrogen halide, that means one hydrogen and one halogen can be added. We have to remember here that out of all the halogen, fluorine will not be used. So hydrogen fluoride is not used because the dissociation energy of hydrogen fluoride is very large. So because of that more dissociation and enthalpy, hydrogen fluoride is not observed having the addition reaction as per the Marconico rule. And hydrogen iodide, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen chloride, all this can be used, but the relativity of their stability order is hydrogen iodide greater than bromide and then the chloride. And Marconico has used hydrogen bromide. What is the third thing? Now we know in the first point we have seen here that it is applicable to alkene. Hydrogen halide is added. Second point. But the third is, it is applicable to the alkene which is unsymmetrical. Now what is unsymmetrical? When the two carbon is having double bond between them, then on the either side, that means of this double bond, on the either side of this double bond, when both the group of atoms are different, then it is unsymmetrical. So here it is CH2. If here also it would be CH2, then the Marconico rule would not take place. So here you see it is CH2, whether here it is CH and CH3. CH3, CH, double bond CH2. So here and here, both are different group of atoms. And this is the 1, 2, 3 carbon, that is propene. So this is our reagent substrate, and this is reacted with hydrogen bromide, that is hydrogen halide, which is our reacting reagent, that is reagent substrate, or main thing on which the reaction is taking place. So it is reacting reagent. So here you see hydrogen halide. Halide being more strong than hydrogen, it will drag the electrons and it will acquire negative charge, whereas hydrogen will be now only a proton, that is electron donor plus charge. So it is always in the need of the electron. That means electron is demanded over here, right? And when the electron is demanded, it will try to attack such carbon where it will get the demand, where it will get the electron. So supply of the electron where it is possible, there the demanding substrate will attack. So let us see here. So we'll try to go and attack on cleaved pi electrons, carbon, and thus it is electrophilic addition reaction, because you see this is electron demanding, electron lover. So it is electrophile, and electrophile is going to attack on the substrate. So it is electrophilic addition reaction. Now here what happens? This HBr, that is HX, will react on the propene CH3CH double bond CH2. we'll have two possibilities. See here, as soon as this pi electron is separated, when pi bond is cleaved, then one electron will be back to the carbon, then other will be back to the carbon. So two possibilities what it will be there, that if this hydrogen goes here, it will be CH2, and when this electron is here, then Br will attack to it and hydrogen will attack to it. This is one possibility. Or it can also happen that H will attack to this carbon, so it will be CH3, and Br will attack to this carbon, then it will be CHBr. So we have two possible products, that is one bromopropane or two bromopropane. As per the Marconico, one bromo is the minor product, that means less stable, and two bromo is the major product, that is more stable. So what we can see here, double bond having between these two carbon, when doubly bond carbon is having here one H and here two H, right? So when bromine, negative part of the reagent bromine, is attacking to the less number of hydrogen here, right, then it is major product, more stable. And when it attacks to the more number of hydrogen, here it is already 2 hydrogen and Br is attached to it, so it is less stable, minor product. Here only CH, 1H and Br is attached to it, so it is more stable, major product. This is the Marconico rule. As per the Marconico rule, negative part of HX, here in our reaction, a negative part is Br. So negative part of HX on addition to alkene combines to doubly bond carbons hydrogen atom, less in number, is the major product or more stable product as per the Marconico rule. We have to remember that negative part of the reagent Br will attach to the carbon having less number of hydrogen besides doubly bond, then that is the major product. How it is major product? How we can say it is major product? As I explained in the class, this is second degree and this is first degree. So if we see the relative order of the degree of carbon, then 3 degree is the most stable, then 2 degree, then 1 degree. So here 1 degree is less stable than the 2 degree. So that is the mechanism which we are going to understand. We have CH3, CH2, double bond CH2 plus hydrogen halide. Whatever the reaction is seen over here, this is the mechanism of it. X may be IBr or Cl. Here we have Br. So now X being more electronegative, what happens? See, homolytic cleavage will take place. More electronegative drags electrons. So these electrons will be dragged on the halogen, and thus X will carry negative, H will carry positive charge. Now what is the possibility? Two possibilities are there. This electrophile H plus will try to attack on this carbon, and here what happens? After the cleavage, one of the electron is here and one of the electron is here. So as soon as this hydrogen will come here, because this hydrogen is in need of electron, it is H plus, so it needs electron, and here after cleavage one electron will be there. So this CH2 group will provide the electron, supply of electron will be from here. So this hydrogen will take this electron and here it will take CH3 position, and this positive charge will be given to this carbon, that is carbocation takes place. This is second degree because on both the side carbon is there. And instead of that, after cleavage, if here is the hydrogen, right, one electron, then this hydrogen will attract that electron and the positive charge will be given to this carbon. So here it will be 1 degree carbocation. As I told, carbocation stability is 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree. So 2 degree, that will be more stable than 1 degree. And so what will happen? See here, why 2 degree here? Because on both the side methyl group. So both the methyl group are ready to give the electrons to this CH. So it will have more support. Whereas here, only on the one side, and that too, methyl group is little far on the second position. So the receiving of electron here is little less compared to this, and that is why 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree. Here presence of methyl group which affects shows positive inductive effect. Inductive effect, that means to give electron to the needy. That is the positive inductive effect. And here they are ready to give. Here it is ready, but it is C on the second position, not very next. Here on the both side we see very next. This carbon to this carbon to this. But for here this carbon to this and then to this. One more away. Whereas on other side CH3 group is little far away, so it is less experience of positive inductive effect, and thus CH3 2 degree carbocation CH3 plus X minus will attack to this hydrogen and will get CH3 CHX CH3 2 degree carbocation with the attachment. So 2 bromopropane is more stable compared to the 1 bromopropane, and this 1 bromopropane now will remain unstable, so it will move back to the further reaction and go for the further reaction. So this is what the Markovnikov rule, where Markovnikov rule says, remember this thing, the negative part of the hydrogen halide will undergo addition reaction on alkene and will attach to that carbon, which carbon has less number of hydrogen among doubly bond carbon, right? And next video we are having anti-Markovnikov, right? So this is about Markovnikov 5 points and its mechanism. Now here we have another rule for alkenes, that is anti-Markovnikov rule or peroxide effect or Kharas effect. Right? Anti-Markovnikov. See, in Markovnikov we have seen that negative part of the hydrogen halide is attached to the carbon which is having less hydrogen between two doubly bond carbons. So anti-Markovnikov, that means anti, opposite of Markovnikov. Here the negative part will attach to the more number of hydrogen and that will be the stable. Also it is called peroxide effect because this type of reaction, addition reaction of attachment on more hydrogen is only seen in presence of peroxide, as well as this was studied by Kharas and Mayo. Markovnikov was studied by the Russian chemist in 1869 named Markovnikov, and this is studied by F.R. Mayo and M.S. Kharas. So Kharas effect or peroxide effect, or we can say anti-Markovnikov rule, all is same. Here also let us see what is the major thing we have to keep in mind. The very first is anti-Markovnikov rule is applicable to both alkene and alkyne. In Markovnikov it was only for alkene. Here alkene and alkyne. Alkene means double bond in the hydrocarbon. Alkyne means triple bond in the hydrocarbon, that is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Second point, it is also known peroxide or Kharas effect because it takes place in presence of peroxide, and it is studied by Kharas and Mayo, as well as it is called anti-Markovnikov because it shows the inverse action of the Markovnikov, right? And here presence of peroxide means oxygen, where oxygen is having -1 as an oxidation state. The peroxide used may be hydrogen peroxide or may be benzoyl peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2, right? So between OO, here in H2O2 also, two oxygen will be linked together, and on either side, on one side hydrogen, on another side also hydrogen. So this is how it is peroxide. Here we can see peroxide, both oxygen are linked together having -1 oxidation state. C6HYC double bond O, C6HYC double bond O, right? Benzoyl and peroxide. Now, this Kharas rule or anti-Markovnikov rule or peroxide effect was studied by Kharas and Mayo with the help of hydrogen bromide, because when they studied Markovnikov rule in little peroxide presence, they got the result that hydrogen chloride and hydrogen iodide was not giving reaction in a proper content. And so anti-Markovnikov only takes place in presence of hydrogen bromide. Here free radical addition reaction takes place. There it was electrophilic addition, here it is free radical reaction, because benzoyl peroxide when undergo cleavage, they will relieve their free radicals. Whereas there in the Markovnikov, pi bond was cleaved and both the carbon got their electron back, and that is why it is electrophile attacking, so electrophile addition reaction. Here also reaction is addition, but it is free radical. Reaction takes place on unsymmetrical hydrocarbon, alkene or alkyne, and we see the general reaction propene CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus HBr in presence of what is written here, peroxide, benzoyl peroxide C6HYCO twice. Now this line you see horizontal, I have not kept exactly out of the bracket, it is crossing the bracket. It means this benzoyl is linked on either side of the oxygen link, peroxide link. That it means this is the symbol of peroxide linking. And CH3 CH2 CH2Br, bromine is attached on the first carbon, so here it is little different. In Markovnikov 2 bromopropane was the major, here 1 bromopropane is the major, completely inverse. Now we'll see what is the mechanism of this thing, how this benzoyl taking part in the reaction and we are getting this product. So very first step is benzoyl peroxide undergoes first the step, that is homolytic cleavage. Why homolytic? Because both oxygen and this oxygen having their homolyzed bond, they will cleave and each will get their electron back. I have shown this electron will be given here, this electron will be given here. Both are having similar characteristic because both are the oxygen. So we can't say that they are giving positive or negative ion like Markovnikov. But here electron will be given back, and that is why it is radicals, free radical. So what happens, you see here, when after cleave, this is one benzoyl to C6Hy, C double bond O, C6Hy, C double bond O. So I have written 2 times C6Hy. Here bond C double bond O. Now see what happened. Oxygen we know valence electron has 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. First what was there? One electron was here with carbon and one electron between both of them. But now after cleavage, one is here, but one between this bond is broken. So one will be here and one will be here, which I have shown as written as a 2 complete molecule, right? So this is the free radical of this oxygen. Now what happened? C double bond O and O. That means here the possibility of getting the carbon dioxide separation is there, because being C double bond O, it is gaseous form, so they are random in the motion, so their entropy is positive. Positive entropy, that means spontaneous reaction, and so carbon dioxide will get separated. So what happens over here? See, this bond, this carbon dioxide, as it is ready to get this electron to get a bond, it is ready to remove by itself because it is gaseous in nature. So here again see, cleave will take place. On this cleavage, here this reaction will take place and this electron will be here on this carbon and one it will be on this carbon. As soon as this electron is here on this carbon, this electron and this will make a bond, and so here also double bond O, here also double bond O. And we know in carbon dioxide, either side of the carbon, both oxygen is having double bond. So see here what happens. After cleavage, this will be here and this electron will be rearranged, this will be rearranged, and here will be double bond, right? And so this carbon, C double bond O, C double bond O, carbon dioxide will be separated. So 2 carbon dioxide, this one and this will be separated, and we'll have 2 C6H5 with this free radical. Now what happens? Now this free radical C6H5 will react with HBr. Again here what will happen? HBr, being Br more electronegative, will try to cleave and take this electron, so it will have its free radical over here, and this hydrogen will get electron over here, which will react with this free electron, and it will be C6H6, right? So this is C6H6 with bromine having one free electron. Now what happens? Addition on main substrate will take place. So here we got Br with free radical, which will be attacking to the main substrate. So what is our main substrate? Propene is our main substrate. CH3, CH, double bond CH2. Again here pi electron will be cleaved. On cleavage, this electron will be here. This electron will be here. So this Br which is cleaved over here. So again two possibility. Either it will go here or it will go here. So what is the thing? CH3, CH, CH2, Br. So this free radical is on second carbon. Second carbon free radical, or CH3, if Br is attached to second carbon, then free radical will be on the first carbon, right? So second carbon free radical more stable because both side support is there. CH3, CH2 support, and here on first degree only one side support, so it is little less stable. See, the product is 2 bromo. Here product is 1 bromo, but we are talking about free radical, right? In Marconico what we have seen, 2 bromo is more stable. Here you see 2 bromo is less stable because here radical is on first carbon, so support on one side. Here radical is on second carbon, support on both the side, right? So same as 2 degree carbocation, here also free radical also same relativity order, 3 degree, 2 degree and 1 degree. So more stability, more stable go further for stability with HBr unit. So here this is the more stable. So now it will go with the Br because here we have 2 6Sy. So 2 Br unit also. So what happens here? CH3, CH, CH2 Br. And the HBr, which is again second unit. So that HBr will come here, and what we will get? CH3, CH2, H will be here, and Br. This is already Br here. So this radical will go with this hydrogen, so it will be CH2. CH2Br is there, and this Br will be free, that is the free radical. This Br will go to the new unit in the beginning, in the new unit, and it will again proceed the reaction, and we get here 1 bromopropane major. Now if you see the very first, this is the double bond, and double bond, this carbon is having 2 hydrogen, this is having 1 hydrogen. Marconico told that the bromo when goes with the 1 hydrogen, less hydrogen, it is more stable, and anti-Marconico told that bromo when goes to the more hydrogen, it is more stable, because he gave idea about radical and Marconico gave idea about the carbocation, right? So as per the anti-Marconico rule, negative part of HX when add to the more number of hydrogen of carbon doubly bonded, then it is more stable, right? So both these rules, Marconico and anti-Marconico rule, please go through it properly. Write the first 5 points, what are the points, and then the mechanism. Thank you.